dear students, welcome to my channel PM Biology. Today our topic of discussion is dihybrid cross. In the previous video we have learned about monohybrid cross, which was done by Mendel, and today we are going to learn about the next cross, that is dihybrid cross. So this is dihybrid cross in which the parents carry different pair of alleles for each trait. One parent carries homozygous dominant allele while the other one carries homozygous recessive allele. The offspring produced after the crosses in F1 generation are heterozygous for specific traits. A cross between two pure parents in which the inheritance pattern of two pairs of contrasting characters is considered simultaneously is called a dihybrid cross. So students, see what is mean by dihybrid cross and the difference between the monohybrid crosses. In case of monohybrid cross, there is the study of only one contrasting character, and in case of dihybrid cross there is study of two contrasting characters in any plant. But Mendel chose the pea plant for his number of reasons that we have discussed previously. So in case of pea plants, he took two contrasting characters, that is shape of the pods and color of the pods, so or seeds. So this is a cross between two homozygous parents. So here he took the two homozygous parents in which inheritance pattern he wanted to study, and he selected two contrasting characters. So it's a dihybrid cross. Now it is also called it also means that it is a cross between two pure true breeding parents differing in two pairs of contrasting characters. Now this dihybrid ratio also we will see the phenotypic ratio of different types of offspring with different combinations obtained in F2 generation of dihybrid cross is called a dihybrid ratio. So while doing this experiment of dihybrid cross, which types of offsprings he obtained and in what ratio he obtained, that is the ratio called dihybrid ratio, and the ratio was 9:3:3:1 in all Mendelian crosses. Means he did number of experiments taking number of other contrasting characters, not only the color and shape of the seeds but other characters also he studied, and in all those crosses, in all those experiments done by Mendel, he saw that there is same kind of ratio was seen, that is 9:3:3:1. So same ratio he got in all the crosses which he performed. So he confirmed that this is the ratio which we get if we see, or if we perform this dihybrid cross and want to see the inheritance patterns of these characters in the offsprings. So Mendel performed dihybrid cross for which he followed the same three steps. So the same three steps which he performed or which he had followed, those are also three steps which were followed by the same Mendel in first or previous experiment, that is monohybrid cross. So let's see one by one which steps he has carried out. So these are the steps. Mendel selected a variety of pea plant. Firstly he selected a variety of pea plant having yellow and round seeds as a male parent, and another variety having green and wrinkled seeds as a male parent. He obtained pure lines by selfing. So initially what he took the pea plant which was having yellow and round seeds, and this is a female parent, and another variety having green and wrinkled seeds which is a male parent, and then he obtained pure lines by selfing these plants for 2 or 3 generations. So after getting these pure lines or the plants which are homozygous, He performed reciprocal cross, and further he performed reciprocal cross. So for this purpose he dusted pollen grains from flowers of pure male parent on stigma of emasculated flower of a female parent. So what happened here is that he dusted pollen grains from flowers of pure male pollen grains from a pure male parent on a stigma of emasculated means removing the male reproductive organs or the stamens from the female parent. So he did this reciprocal cross, and then pods are developed obviously on this plant further, and he opened all those plants pods and collected all the seeds from those pods. Then he observed that all the seeds of F1 generation were yellow. These seeds, he saw that in F1 generation all these seeds were yellow and round, because the major reason behind this is the yellow is dominant over green color, and if we take the shape, the round is dominant over wrinkled, and therefore in F1 generation dominant character was seen in all the seeds. Then he sowed the seeds and raised the plants of F1 generation and allowed selfing. So further, after getting F1 generation, he selfed those plants and raised the plants, and he did the selfing. When pods were formed, he opened and collected all the seeds from F2 generation. So after selfing these plants in the F2 generation, he saw that the what kind of change or what is the shape and structure of the seeds he observed that, and he got very different results than the previous, that is monohybrid cross. So what he was expecting that there could be 75% yellow and there could be 25% of green and wrinkled seeds and 75% yellow and round seeds. But surprisingly he got some different results in F2 generation. Now let's see what results he got in the F2 generation. So he saw that seeds were of 4 types. So in the monohybrid cross there are 2 types of seeds, but here the in case of dihybrid cross he saw that in F2 generation he observed 4 types or 4 kinds of seeds. One type was yellow round, another type was yellow wrinkled, third was green and round, and fourth was green and wrinkled. So he found that the phenotypic ratio of these seeds were 9:3:3 and 1. Then he concluded, by all this experimentation, he concluded that inheritance of seed color and inheritance of seed shape also, they are totally independent events. These two events are totally independent. Then these both dominants were occurred in large number and both recessive in the least number. So which shape and size if he observed, the he got the dominant trait in large quantity and recessive trait in least quantity or less quantity. The different phenotypes or combinations which he saw was yellow round 3 into 3 is equal to 9, yellow wrinkled 3 into 1 is equal to 3, green round 1 into 3 is equal to 3, and green wrinkled 1 into 1 is equal to 1. So in this type he got the results. Now let's see the checkerboard. By this checkerboard we will easily understand how the crosses are made and how the gametes are formed and how they fuse to form these different results. So this is a cross of F1 generation. After getting F1 generation, he saw these seeds of yellow, round yellow and this is also round yellow, because dominant was appeared dominant trait was appeared in the F1 generation, and then the gametes which are formed are capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. And the same gametes are written here also, because male and female, they they will give us the same kind of gametes in this also and here also. So here this is also R Y capital, this is capital R small y, small r capital Y, small r small y. So fusing these two, capital R, Y and Y both are capital here. So this is our yellow and round seed. Here there is capital R, but Y is capital Y here, and this is small y. So here there will be combination of these two, and we will get capital R, and capital Y. As it is dominant, we have to write it first and then small y. So we will get here the again round and yellow seed. This is also same, because it is a combination of capital R, small r. As the round shape is dominant here, we will get round shaped seed, and both are Y, capital Y, because these are present in the homozygous. So here there will be round and yellow seed, same round and yellow seed. Now again we will get here capital R, capital Y, small y. As the round and yellow color is dominant, here we will get again the same type of color, that is yellow and round. In this case also we'll get the same capital R, capital Y, small y. This is also round and yellow seed. Now here the result is different. See, this will fuse capital R, it will form a round shape, but in case of color, if you see, there is a small y and small y, so this will give you round but green color, because y stands for green, small y stands for green color. So the seed which we get here is the round shaped but green colored seed. Next to that, again round and yellow colored seed. Another one, last one, is again the round shaped and green colored seed. This is round and yellow colored seed, round and yellow colored seed. This is wrinkled, because both are small r, homozygous r, small r present here, and therefore as this stands for the wrinkle shape of the seed, it will form the wrinkle shape. But as there is a capital Y, which stands for the yellow color, so this is a round wrinkled and yellow colored seed. This is also the small r and capital Y and small y. So this is also the yellow color and wrinkled seed. This is round and yellow colored, round and green colored, wrinkled and yellow color, and wrinkled but green color. So in this pattern we will get the F2 generation. So let's see what is the ratio and how we can calculate it by. So here is some important points of explanation of results of a dihybrid cross. Now this Mendel started with pure lines. This we know very well. He started with the pure lines. So the genotype of parent with yellow round seeds is capital Y, capital R, and that of parent with green wrinkled seeds is capital Y, small y, small r, small r. Both the parents are homozygous, therefore they would produce only one type of gamete, that is small y and small r respectively. All F1 hybrid seeds resulting from the cross will be heterozygous for both the traits and with genotype capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. Due to dominance, all seeds of F1 generation will be yellow and round. So in case of F1 generation, because of the dominant nature of these traits, these genes, they will form the yellow and round seeds. Even though there is combination of all these gametes, small y, small r is also there, but as the round shape is dominant over wrinkled shape and yellow color is dominant over the green color, so dominant will appear in the F1 generation, so all the seeds which we get are yellow and round. Next to that, during gamete formation, the alleles in both the pairs separate. Each gamete will receive only one allele from each pair. So this is very important point, that is during gamete formation, the alleles in both the pairs, they will separate out and each gamete will receive only one allele from each pair. A gamete which receives capital Y for color may receive capital R for shape or small r for its shape. This would result in the formation of capital Y and capital R, and also capital Y, small r types of gametes. Similarly, a gamete that receives small y for color and may receive capital R or small r for the shape. Now this will result in the formation of small y, capital R, small y, small r types of gametes. And thus F1 hybrid would produce 4 types of gametes in equal proportion. A male and female gametes will be of 4 types. As we have seen the 4 categories or 4 types of seeds in the F2 generation, they will produce total 16 combinations, and these will fall into the 9 categories as shown in the checkerboard. As we have seen in the checkerboard, there are 16 combinations, but they will form 9 categories, and these categories are capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R, capital Y, small r, small r, capital Y, small r, capital R, capital R. Next combination will be capital Y, capital R, small r. In this manner, we will get the genotypes, and the genotypic ratio will be 1 is to 2 is to 2 is to 4 is to 1 is to 2 is to 1 is to 2 is to 1. And the phenotypic ratio, as we saw, the phenotypically 9 will be of same type, 3 will be of same type, 3 will be of same type, and 1 will be completely different, that is wrinkled and green colored homozygous. So this is how he performed his experiment about for getting or for studying 2 different contrasting characters in pea plant, and he saw surprising results from which he got this genotypic and phenotypic ratio. And this is all about the Mendelian dihybrid cross and dihybrid ratio. If you like this video, please share with all your friends and hit the like button, and also subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching.